Hey guys, it's Karina here, Mrs. Q, sowing seeds of love, and today I'm going to be taking out basil that has been growing into the ground. I'm going to scoop it out and I'm going to transplant it into different pots so that way I can give some out to my friends and family. So watch along as I do that. So what you're going to need is a container to mix all of your soil. I reused some of my soil from another pot that the plant died, and I just ended up throwing it in here. I also use a little bit of the blood meal because it is a great source of nitrogen, and it will help the roots get established when you transfer anything. I also use a little bit of this organic granular fertilizer. It is a 323. And what I like about it, it has poultry manure in it. So like I said, my compost area is doing really well, but it's not quite ready for me to start using on my plants. I also use this Happy Frog stuff. I really like it because it's got bat guano in it and earthworm castings. So this is just basically some soil amendments. You don't have to use all this stuff. There's also potting soil that was mixed in here from a previous time that I had. But this is all going to be lots of nutrients because they already have nutrients when they're in the ground. And then when I'm moving them to the containers, like I have all these different containers, small size. I like to recycle these from Rainbow Garden. So I've got a lot of different sizes. These small ones are good just that way if you know you're going to give them to someone and they're going to transfer them right away. This is great. Sometimes putting them in the bigger pot, they might go into a little bit more shock because they're trying to establish their roots. But I try really hard not to disturb their roots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using one of these hand shovels, and I'm just going to scoop out a big section of them and separate them out. These basil plants are actually volunteer, the ones that are closer to my onions. So as you see, there's some ones that are really close to my onions, and those I'm probably going to struggle a little bit with and try not to mess too much with their root systems. But those ended up sprouting earlier on. So because they were volunteer seeds. There was already a basil plant here last year, and all these I put in from the seeds that came from those basil plants. They were seeds that I harvested. All right, here we go. So what you want to do is there's a whole bunch of plants down there underneath. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoop a really big area underneath and try not to disrupt their roots too much. So I'm just going to scoop in all the way down below. Okay, so what I did is I pulled all the basil out and I tried not to disrupt the roots. So that's what we're looking at. I went ahead and stuck it in here with the container of the mixture that I already did. So I'm going to just pretend like I'm going to be giving this one to a friend because I really don't know if I am or not. But all I'm going to do is take some soil out from the mixture that I already created. And since this is a bigger one, I'm just going to take all this mixture that I did here, and then I'm going to set the basil on top. And I will be popping off some of the lower branches. But that's all you're going to do. And then just take your mixture, go all the way around, and all I'm doing is transplanting these basil. And that's all that you do to transplant your basil out. Like I said, I grew it in lots of little seedlings in groups, and all I'm going to do is just scoop all of these out, separate them, and then just put them in different size pots and water them really well, and then I can give out to friends and family. Thank you so much for watching. If you like more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Until then, guys, sowing seeds of love. God bless.